Do you like this car?
Do I like his car? I covet it.
You love it?
I'm in Tennessee. I want it.
You know, sometimes you can tell when someone really takes care of their things. When I first met Bob Speights in the 72 Datsun 240Z, it looked like a brand new car, full of documentation. I guess it's no wonder why the Z Car Club of America gave it the Gold Medallion Award. I mean, they don't just give these things away. It's pretty remarkable. And to further prove the point, when we were shooting this thing, we saw 3 people. And all 3 of those people stopped, took pictures, and talked to Bob about the car. I guess the proof is in the pudding. Pretty neat stuff. Let's go meet him.
This thing is like brand new.
My name's Bob Speights. This is a 1972 Datsun 240Z. It's an October 71 production, so it's the early portion of the 72 model production year. I have had this for 25 years. When Nissan brought this out in the fall of 1969, the first 240, it really was the answer to the British cars. Most of the British cars had 4 cylinders. This has a 6-cylinder. Inline 6, 2.4 liters, 140 horsepower. It is a 4-speed. They didn't go to a 5-speed until they went to a 280Z in 1975.
I didn't realize how much of an award winner this car is, but there's one in particular that you told me about, right?
Z Car Club of America has awarded this car the Gold Medallion Award, and it is one of only just a handful 240Zs in the original stock class that has won a Gold Medallion Award in their whole existence.
Wow.
One of them that's the first Gold Medallion Award recently sold, and it went for, I believe, about $150,000. Okay. Unfortunately, the previous owner, which was a good friend of mine, had passed away, and it found a new home.
And is this car, is it relatively well known?
Oh, yes. Not only in the Z-Car community, but in the Antique Car Club of America. It has won multiple awards and is a repeat senior Grand National winner. It has been shown, gotten awards literally from Florida to California in Concours d'Elegance. Nissan has used it numerous times for different ads. One of the things that Nissan used this vehicle was during 2002, prior to the releasing the announcement of the new 350Z, they wanted to recreate one of the original old ads. And so they used my car, was shot on the beach north of LA, to create this particular ad that was part of the magazine.
Very cool.
When I acquired this, when I first saw it, and I was at Pierre Z, which was a Z shop in Southern California. They did a lot of the Resto Zs that Nissan teamed up and did 37 restoration Zs. But he did a partial restoration on this for the previous owner. And when I acquired it, when I got it home, one of the first things that sort of got me going was it had the cheap aftermarket radiator cap. And I was going to modify this. I literally had already made measurements. I was going to drill holes in the door and put the speed mirrors on it and stuff like this. Well, then I found an original radiator cap, brand new, off the shelf from Nissan. I then found several other parts that were brand new old stock. So then, instead of modifying it, it became the hunt to find the right part and put it back the way it was produced in October of 1971. Part of that hunt, kept looking for a clamp. On the air filter, there is a flex tube that goes from the bottom of the air cleaner down to the exhaust manifold, so in cold weather you could flip the valve and you could pick up warm air. And I couldn't find a clamp, And I was at a Z-Car show up in Kentucky. All of a sudden, the guy came in with a used Z engine in the back of his truck and was trying to sell the whole engine. And lo and behold, on that exhaust manifold was that exact clamp that I wanted. Yeah. And that was probably my last real search, and that awesome. Made the day. So one of the things that I did soon after I purchased it is I obtained the new old stock dash, because the original one that was in it had a crack in it. And I was trying to be sure that I restored it correctly, and up here on the left-hand corner is the VIN plate. And so I had to transfer the VIN plate from the old dash to the new dash, and I noticed that in today's market the rivets were larger and they weren't the exact size, so I had to use a lot of technical skills to save the old rivets and put it back on the dash so that it looked exactly the way it was produced in October of '71.
Like it never happened.
Like it never happened. In high school, all of my friends had British cars. Unfortunately, since I'm 6'2", I didn't fit in a British car very well. I really liked the Austin Healey 3000, but by the time I could afford one, that one went out of production. Got moved to California and was going to Cars and Coffee religiously on a Saturday morning, but didn't really have a decent car to take to Cars and Coffee. And I really got the urge again to try to find a sports car. And I went by Pierre Z, and on their bulletin board was a for sale. And looked at it, drove about 60 miles north of LA, looked at the car, handed the guy a check, and drove it home. The favorite part about it is the people that see it. Whether I'm at Cars and Coffee, if I'm driving through my neighborhood or down the street, if I'm at a car show. It's an October '71 production, but actually a '72 model year. October was...
I graduated from high school.
I'm making a video on it right now, so you want to be on it? No?
Of course.
I'm gonna sit. Do you like this car?
Do I like his car? I covet it.
You love it?
I'm in Tennessee. I want it.
My best friend's father got it when it first came out.
Okay.
I was like, that's the first time they ever had anything on the stick, the lights and everything.
Yeah,
and I was
right.
Like, that is the coolest car. And it was in that color. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great restoration job. It still has the Datsun on it.
Oh, yes.
That makes it joy.
Thank you. We are. And a good example was I was at the Cincinnati concours a couple years ago. They did a special class in celebration for 50 years of the Z. But the car was also part of youth judging by Haggerty. And I had this team of young children, kids, that were young car enthusiasts, came by, and they were asking questions, but I had to give it its heritage and background. And one of the things that I always start the story about with the kids is, do you know what happened in July of 1969? And they usually say no. Well, man walked on the moon. And by October of 1969, the first 240Z landed in the United States. Okay? Anyway, the kids selected this 240Z as their #1 best in the whole concourse, as their best vehicle. And that was really moving to me, is that the kids felt so good about it versus, an Italian car, a fully restored 20s car, which they were all impeccable at this event. This is the original window sticker that was put on it when it was being sold by the dealership. The signature on it is by Mr. Katayama, known as Mr. K. He was the key man bringing the Z to the US. But he also lived by one thought, and that was love cars, love people, love life.
That's his real signature?
Yes.
The same question I ask everybody is, would you sell it?
Well, would I sell it? If the price was really right, I'd probably stupid, if I didn't.
Would it be a tough sell though? Would you?
But it would have to bring a significant dollar. There have been recent sales online and everything where vehicles similar to this have brought a big dollar.